Hi, fourth graders. This is lesson 81 in math, and we're going to be looking at the idea of measuring angles today. Okay, so let me get that just up to full screen here and we'll take a look. All right, so we have all different types of angles that we deal with. We have our 45-degree angle, which is like 2 o'clock. We've got our 180-degree angle, which looks like a straight line. That's the 6 o'clock. We've got the 90-degree angle, which gives us that L shape and that little square corner. And then we have the 360-degree, which is just like a big circle. Think of it as, for 360, think close to 365, which is how many days it takes us to go around the sun. So that can be thought of as a way to remember that 360. Okay, the angle we're measuring is where the two lines come together. Right here is where the two lines come together. Here is where the two lines come together, that type of thing. So we're going to look at how to make a protractor at home. This is in your book. Okay, so I'm going to show you the video for that. So in this situation, what we do is we take a piece of paper. It's a 3x5 piece of paper. You can either use a note card or you can use a piece of paper and cut it 3 inches by 5 inches. And then you're going to take it, hold it like that, and then you're going to fold it in half. And when you fold it in half, what you'll end up having is you'll have a little, almost what looks like a little card that you would make for somebody. And when you fold it along that crease, that's where you're going to color in and make that little square corner. That's a 90-degree angle. So we make that square corner and then we shade it. We take our pencil and we shade along the crease. And when we shade along the crease, that gives us the line for the angle. So that would be the one line, and the bottom right along here would be the second line. So you have this line and that line coming together, and that's a 90-degree angle. All right, so then the second part we're going to do is we take the straight edge part where we just shaded and we're going to fold it down to meet the bottom of the other piece. Now the best way to do that is to turn it around and then have that kind of angle that you can get, and you have a piece that's setting over, so you have a sliding piece on the side there, and then you have a piece sticking out over on the right hand side, and it should look like this, and this is where your crease is, right along here where that arrow is. And make sure you fold it down nice and neat, and then you can put a 45 down in that corner because that's a 45-degree angle right here. What you're seeing there, that's the 45-degree angle. The slide part and then the bottom. So we're going to shade the slide. The part that looks like a slide going down, you're going to shade that part in. Okay, once you shade that in, now you have a second angle that you can measure. One that's 45 degrees, and it goes down like that and then over. Okay, when you have that completed, then what you're going to do is you're going to open it up and you're going to have it so that everything that you wrote is on the back side. So that 45 and 90, that's all going to be on the back side of your piece of paper. And then what you can do is you can take you see how it looks like it's an arrow pointing down. You have 3 creases there. You're going to put the number 180 degrees down where the arrow comes together, where the point of the arrow would be. We'll put 180 degrees. And then you're going to shade that whole bottom line there, that whole part that goes from here to here, because that part is your 180 degrees. 180 degrees is just like a straight line. You have that would be like 290 degrees. You go 90 degrees one way and then you go 90 another way. It's kind of like going from north to south or east to west. That's 180 degrees. Now, once you finish that, okay, you're going to take the right side crease where you have the crease on the right hand side there, and then you're going to fold it up to meet the middle part. Fold it up to meet the middle. And when you do that, then you can press that crease down. Now, as you do that, you'll see that you have part of your 180 that's still shaded, but you have that edge that's kind of coming out here. This is the other part of the angle. This makes a 135 degree angle. So down towards the bottom there, we're going to put 135 degrees. And 135 degrees is that angle there. That goes this bottom part here and the crease there. So you're shading on the crease again. So you're going to shade that crease in, and that's going to give you your second part of that, and that makes a 135 degree angle. So from there all the way across and up, that makes your 135 degree angle. And that's the way that you can make a little protractor on your own. And you can use that, you lay the edge down, and you can see how many degrees something is, or approximately. We're going to talk about the actual protractors, the ones that you see over here on the side of my screen. And we'll be talking about how to use those. But that one is, that's the way that you can make a home protractor, and then you lay it in the corner of an angle and you can see how much an angle actually is. Okay, I'm going to stop that right there, and we'll go on to the next page then. So that's making a protractor at home. This is a protractor. We have 0 at one end all the way to 180, and we have 0 coming back to 180. Now when you look at a protractor and you look at an angle and you want to try and decide what is the size of that angle, we're going to make that line there line up with one of the lines that we're looking at of the angle. And then we want to see, okay, I look at where it comes to. This is an acute angle. It's a smaller angle, so I know it's not the larger number. I'm going to use the inner number here. So I look at the inner number, and I see that it's between 50 and 60, closer to 50, 51, 52, 53. So that angle is probably 53 degrees, or it is about 53 degrees. And you could do that with any angle. If I want to do that with the angle C there, I'm going to flip my protractor, and I'm going to make it so that my protractor lays on one of the lines. And then we're going to see what number it comes to. So here's the line, it's on 0. I look down the other line, and this is another acute angle, so I'm going to be looking at the smaller numbers. This one is between 70 and 80, and it looks like it's right around 71. Okay, if I measure my angles, they all should eventually equal 180 degrees when I measure 3 angles of a triangle. And that's the way that we would use a protractor. When you're looking at trying to estimate what an angle would be, think about where that 180 comes in, and then think about how you can, is it less than 180? Think about the 2 o'clock type thing. Is that halfway between 180, or 90 and 180, or is it smaller than that 90 degree angle? You just kind of look and you can estimate by that. But that's what we wanted to look at today, kind of looking at where do we have our angles and how do we estimate our angles. So something smaller than 90 degrees, something larger than 90 degrees. I might call this one maybe, oh, that looks That looks like it might be close to 120. So just kind of guesstimating, it's less than 180, it's more than 90, it's closer to 90 than 180, it's not halfway. So all those things are what we use to help us to guesstimate the angle. That's your lesson for today, and I hope you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.